Hey family, Money Bobby here. Imagine this. Right now, in 2026, the average American household is sitting on over $105,000 in total debt, mortgages, cars, student loans, and yeah, credit cards pushing records at $1.28 trillion nationwide. In the UK, households are averaging around £18,000 in non-mortgage debt alone, with many creeping toward £9,000 in problem debt levels. But here's the wild part. Your neighbor next door, the one with the nice car in the driveway and family vacations posted online? They could be drowning in hidden debt you never see coming. And the scariest thing? It might be happening to you too without you realizing. This blew my mind when I first dug into it. Today, I'm breaking down why so many people look fine on the surface but are secretly struggling, the sneaky signs to spot it, real stories from everyday folks in the US and UK, simple math on how debt snowballs, and most importantly, how you escape this trap before it pulls you under in 2026. Stick around because by the end, you'll have a clear plan to check your own finances and build real wealth instead of fake appearances. Let's dive in. Hey family, let's get real for a second. As of early 2026, total U.S. household debt just hit a mind-blowing $18.8 trillion according to the New York Fed. That's up big time, with credit card balances alone smashing records at $1.28 trillion. Average household? Around $105,000 total debt, including massive mortgages averaging over $268,000 for those who have one, and credit cards sitting at about $6,500 to $7,000 per person who carries a balance. Over in the UK, it's no joke either. Average non-mortgage debt per household is pushing £18,000, with consumer credit like cards and loans around £8,300, plus student loans adding another £10,000 on average for many. And problem debt cases? People seeking help are averaging nearly £9,000 owed. This is the invisible debt crisis. People aren't walking around with signs saying, "I'm broke." They're posting holiday pics, driving decent cars, keeping up appearances. Why? Because in 2026, easy credit, buy now pay later apps, and social media pressure make it simple to hide the mess. I remember back when I was starting out, my neighbor Mike, nice guy, big house, new SUV every couple years. One day he casually mentions he's between jobs, but still going on trips. Turns out he was maxing multiple cards, BNPL for everything, and barely sleeping over the stress. I had no clue until he asked for help quietly. That hit me hard. If it can happen to him, it can happen to anyone, including you or me. But how do so many pull off the perfect facade? Let's look at the signs your neighbors, and maybe even your own household, are deeper in than they let on. Hey family, now that we've set the stage on this massive hidden debt wave crashing through neighborhoods in 2026, let's talk about the signs. These are the sneaky clues that someone, maybe your buddy across the street, or heck, even a glance in your own mirror, is paddling hard just to stay afloat. Spotting them early can save you from the same fate, and trust me, once you see them, you can't unsee them. First off, watch for lifestyle inflation without the income glow-up. You know, that neighbor who suddenly upgrades from a beat-up sedan to a shiny Tesla, or starts posting about weekend getaways to Miami or the Cotswolds, but their job hasn't changed. In the US, with average credit card limits hitting $30,000 per household, it's easy to fake wealth. Over in the UK, buy now pay later schemes like Klarna or ClearPay let folks splurge on £500 outfits without upfront cash. But behind the scenes, they're juggling minimum payments, racking up interest at 20 to 30% APR. If their garage sales pop up more often or they're always selling stuff online, that's a red flag. They're liquidating to cover bills. Then there's the psychological smoke and mirrors. People hide debt like pros because of shame and social pressure. Think about it, Instagram reels showing lavish dinners, but they're using rewards points from Max cards to fund it. Or that, "I deserve this" Mindset after a tough week, leading to impulse buys. Studies from the American Psychological Association show debt stress mimics PTSD symptoms, sleepless nights, anxiety spikes, but folks mask it with smiles and "everything's great" chats over the fence. In the UK, the Money and Mental Health Policy Institute reports over 1.5 million people hiding debt from loved ones, fearing judgment. Let me break down the math simply, because this is where it gets shocking. Say you've got $5,000 on a credit card at 22% APR, common in 2026 with rates still high post-inflation. If you pay just the minimum, say 2% or $100 a month, it'll take you over 20 years to pay off, and you'll shell out another $7,500 in interest alone. Boom, your $5,000 debt balloons to $12,500 total paid. But pay $200 a month? Knocked out in under 4 years, interest drops to $2,000. See? Small changes, huge wins. I used to ignore this until I crunched my own numbers, mind blown. Real talk with examples. Take Sarah from Chicago, a teacher I know through my community. Picture perfect life, husband, 2 kids, suburban home. But secretly, they were $40,000 deep in student loans and cards from keeping up with school fundraisers and family trips. It all crashed when a medical bill hit. They filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy, but no one knew until the house went up for sale. In the UK, meet Tom and Lisa from Manchester, used rewards cards for holidays, earning points but ignoring the 25% interest. One rewards hack gone wrong. They transferred balances to a 0% intro card but missed the promo and fees piled up to £2,000 extra. Stories like these are everywhere in 2026, from Reddit threads to my DMs. This isn't just gossip, it's a wake-up call. But why does this trap snag so many good people? Stick with me, because next we're unpacking the 2026 economic perfect storm fueling it all. Hey family, so we've spotted the signs: lifestyle creep, hidden stress, debt snowballing like crazy. But why in 2026 are so many solid people still falling into this trap? It's not just bad luck, it's a perfect storm of economics and psychology hitting hard right now. First, the economy's squeezing everyone. Inflation's cooled a bit from peak crazy, but housing, groceries, energy, everything's still way up compared to a few years back. In the US, total household debt just hit $18.8 trillion at the end of 2025, per the New York Fed, with credit cards alone at a record $1.28 trillion. Mortgages are massive at $13.17 trillion, but non-housing stuff like cards and autos jumped fast. In the UK, average non-mortgage debt per household is around £18,400 heading into 2026, with consumer credit like cards and loans pushing £8,300 plus student loans adding another £10,000 on average. Easy access to credit? Banks and apps throw limits at you. US average credit card limits are sky high. UK BNPL like Klarna lets you pay later, without thinking twice. Rates are brutal too, US cards averaging 22 to 25% APR, UK often 20 to 30% on revolving credit. One missed payment, and fees pile on. But the real killer? Mindset. FOMO is everywhere, scrolling Instagram or TikTok, seeing neighbors' new kitchens, holidays, cars. Comparison culture makes you feel broke if you're not flexing. Buy now, pay later. Tricks your brain into thinking it's free money. Psychologically, it's dopamine hits from purchases masking the pain. People tell themselves, I deserve this, after tough months, or I'll pay it off next month. But minimum payments keep you trapped, interest eats your progress. Let me tell you a story that hits home. Remember the 2008 crash? Millions drowned in subprime mortgages, thinking homes always go up. Survivors learned hard lessons, but guess what? In 2026, we're seeing echoes, easy credit again, people borrowing against rising house prices or maxing rewards cards for points. Take Emma and Raj from Birmingham, UK. Solid jobs, 2 kids. They chased airline rewards cards, Chase Sapphire style but UK versions, spending big on family trips to rack up points. Free flights, they thought. But interest kicked in at 24%, balances grew to £15,000 across cards. One job hiccup and they couldn't cover minimums. They ended up in a debt management plan, losing years of savings potential. I hear versions of this weekly. Rewards sound sexy, but without discipline, they're debt disguised as perks. This sneaks up because it's gradual, one small charge at a time. Think you're safe? Most victims did too. But here's the good news, awareness is step 1. Next, let's flip the script, how to spot if you're slipping and actually escape this cycle with real, actionable steps that work in 2026. Hey family, we've covered the shocks, the trillion-dollar debt mountains, the hidden signs in your neighborhood, and why 2020 SIXS Economy Plus mindset traps make it so easy to slip. Now the part you've been waiting for. How do you make sure you're not one of those quietly drowning people? More importantly, how do you escape if you're already feeling the water rise? Let's get practical, step by step, so you walk away with tools you can use today. First, do a brutal honesty audit. Takes 30 minutes, changes everything. Step 1. List every debt. Pull statements, credit cards, BNPL, personal loans, student stuff, even small store cards. Write the balance, interest rate, minimum payment. Step 1. List every debt. Pull statements, credit cards, BNPL, personal loans, student stuff, even small store cards. Write the balance, interest rate, minimum payment. Step 3. Run the numbers on a free debt snowball or avalanche calculator, apps like ondabt.it or even Excel. Plug in balances and rates. You'll see the damage clearly. I did this in 2026 myself after a rough patch, saw $12,000 on cards costing me $250 per month in interest alone. Eye-opener. Next, flip credit cards from enemy to ally with smart rewards plays, but only if you pay in full every month. In 2026, the best beginner cards reward responsibly. In the US, look at the Chase Freedom Unlimited, 1.5 to 5% cash back on everything, no annual fee, solid sign-up bonuses if you meet spend without carrying balance. Or Capital One Saver One, great for dining and groceries at 3%. UK side? American Express Preferred Rewards or Barclaycard Avios, earn points toward flights, but again, pay off monthly or the interest kills the value. Rule: treat rewards like free money only when you never pay interest. If you're carrying a balance, cut up the card until debt-free, then rebuild with a secured card if needed. Mindset is the game changer. Shift from "I deserve this treat" to "I deserve financial peace." Replace comparison with gratitude, unfollow flex accounts, follow wealth builders instead. One powerful trick: daily, wealth affirmation, journaling, what you're grateful for financially, what's small win you had. Sounds cheesy? It rewires your brain. Real story: my friend Jamal in Atlanta was $28,000 in debt, mostly cards from lifestyle creep. He started the audit, switched to cash for fun spending, attacked smallest debts first for quick wins. Paid it off in 22 months while earning $4,000 in rewards he actually kept because he paid in full. Now he's saving for a house. In the UK, Sarah from Leeds was hiding £14,000 in BNPL and cards. She joined a free debt advice service like StepChange, cut spending triggers, and used the snowball method. Cleared it in 19 months, now maxing an ISA instead of maxing cards. Math time, let's compare paths. Say $20,000 debt at 22% APR, minimum payments only? Around $600 per month. Takes 30 plus years, total paid $55,000 with $35,000 interest. Brutal. Aggressive route, $800 per month extra effort. Pays off in 18 to 24 months, total interest $4,000 000-6000. You save $29,000 plus and years of stress. That's real money back in your pocket. You've got the tools now: audit, smart cards, mindset flip. Start small today, momentum builds fast. Hey family, let's bring this home. Hey family, let's bring this home. Your neighbors are drowning in debt right now, and the crazy part is, most of them look completely fine on the outside. We just unpacked the $18.8 trillion US household debt monster, the £18,000 plus average non-mortgage debt hitting UK homes in 2026, the sneaky signs like lifestyle flexing without real income growth, the math that turns $5,000 into $12,000 plus with interest alone, and stories of real people, teachers in Chicago, couples in Manchester, who got caught in the trap but fought their way out. The biggest takeaway? This isn't about being bad with money. It's about a system designed to keep you spending, combined with mindset habits we all pick up from comparison culture and easy credit. But you now have the power to flip it, do the 30-minute audit, list every debt and run the numbers, use rewards cards the smart way, pay in full or don't touch them, shift from "I deserve treats" to "I deserve freedom," and attack debt aggressively instead of minimums. One final stat to leave you stunned: in 2026, if the average American with credit card debt keeps paying only minimums, they'll spend an extra $1,000 to $2,000 per year in interest alone, money that could be building real wealth. Multiply that across millions of households? Trillions lost to banks instead of your future. Don't let that be you. Your escape plan starts today. Tonight, pull statements, list debts, calculate true cost. This week, cut one spending trigger, redirect that cash to debt. Next month, pick one debt to attack hardest, celebrate the win. Long term, build the habit of paying yourself first, not the credit companies. If this video hit home, smash that like button so the algorithm knows to show it to more people who need this wake-up call. Subscribe and hit the bell. I'm dropping more no BS tips every week on beating debt, stacking rewards the right way, and rewiring your money mindset for 2026 and beyond. Drop in the comments, what's one debt sign you spotted in your own life or around you? Let's build this community stronger together. Quick disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and motivation only. Everyone's situation is different, so talk to a qualified professional or free debt charity like Step Change in the UK or a certified counselor in the US before making big moves. Your results aren't guaranteed. Thanks for watching, family. You've got this. Let's turn hidden debt into hidden wealth. See you in the next one. The 2026 rewards card hacks banks don't want you to know. Peace.